Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams, settled at just over 5,000 feet, and we have a game that will live up to the altitude. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Hokies will kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rams offense will have the first possession of the game. And all eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
Oh, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Off the RPO, complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
To the air on first down. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He's got his man. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, the receiver was able to make the catch on the slant throw, and then he got north right away. He creased the defense with his speed, picking up extra yardage after catching the slant.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. The Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
On second down, looking to throw. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Now they'll run the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. The coach has to be happy with that.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Hokies offense has its first opportunity of the day. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. It's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, it's a nice-looking throw right there, and I'll tell you what, for Hokie quarterbacks in the past, it's not all about just hurting you with their legs. Michael Vick could kill you throwing the football. Tyrod Taylor could do it. How about this name? Jim Drunkenmiller. You can just see him right now, dotting an 18-yard dig route. That's a nice-looking throw. That gives me some Drunkenmiller vibes, Paul.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Harris back to pass. Gets it out fast. Oh, what a cut! Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They're going to throw it again. Moves away as he feels pressure. Wide open downfield. Oh, what a move! He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's second and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Pulls it and fires to the left. At the 40, there he goes. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Rams want to pick up the tempo.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. You got to get him involved.
They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
He'll pitch it. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Iowa has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since the great Hawkeye wave. But this has been a nip-and-tuck affair in Iowa City. They're up by 7 over Iowa State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. Harris will throw. He's right on target. Got room at the 35. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his man.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive. After
picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, going up top. Soft spot in the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Rams come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
All right, defense. It ain't working. We're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Pocket starts to collapse. Quarterback gets the 1st down. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. They can...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And they'll drag him down after a good return.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And back to the air on 2nd down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Clemens. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now after the short completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Fort Collins. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to our team at sunny Lubick Field.
And the Rams will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
They go right back to him. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man. Just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Defense playing a bail technique. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Working the middle, it's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Movement here from the tight end. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on second and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Colorado State!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Here's a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up by 19 over Kennesaw State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Handoff to the lone back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
I I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than they did here, but it was still a positive game.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Harris back to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
It's 2nd down.
Final play of the quarter coming. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. He makes the connection. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. And the Hokies will move the sticks.
And now we see on 4th down, people are so comfortable going for it, especially around midfield like this. Find a play you know you like, short yardage situation, one you practiced all week. Go out, execute it. Nice job getting the 1st down.
The Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Harris will throw. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Quick strike complete. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe he needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? The option look. Now the toss. At the 35, he's open. He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. The Rams come to the line with a new set of downs.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State. And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing it each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
Harris back to pass. Using the quick game. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. Quarterback strolling away from heat. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. And the Hokies moving quickly to the line.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but...
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
1st down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. He's got another 25. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this.
Looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll try the left side. On the move at the 30. The expressway is wide open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. Get a big play like that last when you flip the field. You change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. What tremendous vision to find the crease and explode through it. He's down to the 31. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our